Hey everybody, we just gotta face it. Most of the problems that Americans are facing today in the health realm are related to our diet. They're related to Frankenfoods, meaning that it's just not food that it used to be. We're eating more processed foods. We're eating fast food. We're eating junk. We have high consumption of salt, fat, sugar. And what is this creating for our society? It's creating an increased epidemic of metabolic syndrome, which is an array of things, meaning it's high blood pressure, diabetes, fatty liver, high cholesterol. We have an increase in childhood and adult cancers. Guys, it's gotten even to the point now that when children are being born, it has a direct effect on the diet, not even at the time of conception, but even before the time of conception. So what's this meaning? Our society is changing, and it's for the worse. We have such increase of money. The last 8-9 years since the 2008 housing crisis has been a massive boom in economic growth. Why do we have better technology? Why do we have more access to better food, cleaner water? Why do we have better everything except our health? Our health is declining. Yes, we claim that we have higher health rates. We have higher survival rates of cancer, but we're not looking at the morbidity rate. We're not looking at the quality of life anymore. And it's related directly to our foods, guys. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up and realize that it is so embedded in our culture. It's gotten down to the childhood level. It's gotten into the school systems. It's gotten up into our hospitals. It's gotten everywhere, into the workplace. And these are things that we really need to consider. These problems, guys, are deeper rooted than anybody ever even thought they were. It's gotten to the point, guys, that it's been widely accepted in our culture that everything from mental illness, allergies, decreased IQ, increased cancer and autoimmune diseases, ADHD, autism, all these things that are starting to skyrocket, that they're all genetic. That's what we believe. And it can't be further from the truth. All these things have an underlying cause, and that's our diet. And sadly, it's been removed from our medical education system, and that's why it's keeping us sick. Now, I have to agree myself, and I've told people, and I'm telling you right now, set health goals. You might see me out eating a burger or eating a piece of pizza once every couple of months, and that's okay, guys. You have to learn. One pebble isn't going to ruin something. Everything in moderation, right? That's what we're taught, and that's a good thing to live by. But if you start adding up enough pebbles, what's it going to do? When you start rolling them down a hill, what's going to happen? It's going to cause an avalanche, and that's what's happening in our society today. It's caused an avalanche and such a decrease in health, and it's just accepted. It's just accepted. So us as healthcare workers, we're treating all of these things, and we're treating the symptoms of that. And nobody is talking to these patients and telling these people, this is only a symptom that we're treating. Yes, you might have this fixed for a minute or two, or a day, or a week, but it's going to turn you into a repeat customer. You're going to come back for the same problem. And anybody who's willing to talk about it, like myself, can vouch for that. We do have repeat customers in the ER. I've scanned the same people 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times in 1 month because they can't seem to get a handle on their problem. Well, the only thing they haven't changed is their diet, the things they're putting into their body. There's no association with the Frankenfoods, the processed foods, the fast foods, how they've changed our diet. They're changing our genetics. None of us are having conversations like this anymore. We've got widespread malnutrition. It's fast food. It's Frankenfood malnutrition. What do I mean by this? I mean that it has a high caloric intake and it has no or very little nutrient density. When we look at real food, when we look at nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, when we look at cruciferous vegetables, things that really have high density nutrients, when we start putting these things into our body, it starts repairing the body. And in our medical system, our conventional medical system, we have these quick fix solutions that people live by. And this is what we're taught. This is all that we know. The thing that hurts me the most in my heart is the fact that we are relying on pills. We're taught that there's zero association, that our health is out of our control, that there's nothing that has to do with what we're putting into our body. The cancer patients can have sugar because, well, you need some calories, so go ahead and eat some ice cream. I hear this with my own ears. Well, guys, here's the truth. The truth is that our diet is the major driver in our longevity and health. You've probably heard me mention that we're focused on short-term solutions and not long-term health plans. When we're talking about real healthcare, real long-term solutions, our diet is the number one fixer and the number one cause of the majority of our health problems. So when we are taught that conventional medicine is going to be a one-all cure-all and just pop a pill, no, we're damaging our organs, we're damaging our blood vessels, the things that supply the nutrients and the pathways. They interfere with these pathways that are meant to be from nature. There's certain pathways, and I hear physicians tell patients, and these are well-intended physicians, don't get me wrong in this sense. I'm talking about the education system. It trickles down and it affects everybody in that sense. I hear physicians tell patients, well, you can't have this food because it affects your medicine. No, it's the other way around. The medicine is getting in the way of the food. America's real health is being threatened by the pebbles that I just talked about. They're being turned into the avalanche. And pretty soon, we're not going to have anybody to do anything about these things. And I get it, guys. While in the current moment, the unhealthy lifestyle of food choices may seem inconsequential, but guess what? In the long term, it's making us fatter. It's making us more apt to strokes, heart attacks, heart disease. It has a direct relation to the function of our brain. So we're getting decreased IQs. We're doing worse in school. We're more agitated. We have more allergies. These things are really happening in real time, guys. And we need to really rethink the way we're going about our food and the way that we're going about what we're putting into our bodies. The truth is, guys, these fast foods, these Frankenfoods, these processed foods, which I'm going to be going into deep detail in these in the near future, the real truth about these is it causes chronic inflammation across the body. And chronic inflammation is the underlying cause of almost every single problem that you or one of your family members or somebody that you love or care about has. Yes, there's genetic factors. Yes, there's certain things that we cannot control, but we are taught that nothing we can control and that we are dependent on a pill, that we are dependent on the medical system, and it's absolutely not true. Focus on the diet. Let's focus the way that we train our brain. And let's have some fun, guys. We got to love the process. If we're not loving the process, it's really hard. There's people who used to love their lives and they've eaten themselves. We all know somebody who's eaten themselves to death, so to speak. They put themselves in a predicament. And they just seem to pile up weight and they can't lose weight. And now they're unhappy and now they treat their family like shit. We see these trends. What's it all related to? It's related to the gut health. We've got 30 feet. It's our second brain. And it's talking to us. It's time to wake up. It's time to listen to that gut. Our gut feeling. It's true. It lives. Alright, guys. See you guys on the next one. Hope you got some value from this. And as always, protect yourselves. Literally, I mean it. Protect yourselves and protect yourselves.